My child, the reason you feel lost right now is not because you have no direction. It is because you are standing between who you were and who you are becoming. And I know that sentence does not comfort you yet, because right now, you cannot see who you are becoming. All you can see is who you were, fading. All you can feel is the ground shifting beneath you. And every morning you wake up with this quiet ache in your chest, this low hum of confusion that follows you through the day, and you cannot name it. You cannot fix it. You cannot pray it away. It just sits there, heavy and shapeless, and some days it is louder than others, but it never fully leaves. You wake up and you go through the motions. You do what needs to be done. You answer the messages. You show up to the obligations. But something inside you whispers, "This is not where I belong anymore." And the terrifying part is, you do not know where you do belong. You look at the dreams you once carried, and they feel like someone else's clothes. They do not fit anymore. You look at the plans you once made with such certainty, and they feel hollow now, like you are reading a script that was written for a version of you that no longer exists. And so you scroll, you search. Late at night, when no one is watching, you type questions into your phone that you would never say out loud. You look for something, anything, that will tell you what to do next. You read things that almost help, but not quite. You listen to songs that come close to naming what you feel, but they never fully reach it. You try to talk to people, but you stop halfway through the sentence because you realize you do not have the words to explain what is happening inside you. It is not sadness exactly. It is not depression exactly. It is this unnamed thing, this absence of something you used to have, and nobody has the language for it. So you stay quiet, and the silence feels personal, like everyone else received instructions and you were somehow overlooked. And that silence follows you into the morning, and into the afternoon, and into the next day, until the days begin to blur together, and you wonder if this is simply what the rest of your life will feel like. Dear one, I see you in that moment. I see the weight you carry that you have never spoken out loud. I see the way you compare your chapter to everyone else's highlight reel. I see how you look at someone your age who seems settled, who seems confident, who seems like they have already arrived at something, and you feel a sharp pang in your chest. Not jealousy, something worse. The quiet fear that maybe you missed your turn. Maybe you made the wrong choice 3 years ago, or 5 years ago, or 10 years ago, and now you are living in the consequence of that wrong turn, and you did not even realize it until now. I see the way you smile in front of people, and then sit alone in your car, staring at the steering wheel, wondering how you ended up here. You thought by now, things would make more sense. You thought by now, you would have a clearer picture. But instead, the picture has become blurrier, not sharper, and nobody around you seems to notice. Nobody asks if you are okay, because you have become very good at looking okay. You have perfected the art of fine, but you are not fine, and you know it, and I know it, but I notice. I have always noticed. And what I'm about to show you will change the way you see this entire season, because the confusion you feel right now is not random. It is not punishment. It is not a sign that you have been forgotten. There is a reason you feel the way you feel, and most people never discover it. They spend years running from this feeling instead of understanding it. But you are here. You stayed. You pressed play. And that is not an accident. Stay with me, because before this message ends, you will understand why you feel lost, what season you are actually standing in, why the confusion you carry is not evidence of failure, and what I have been doing underneath the uncertainty you cannot see. And the answer is not what you expect. It is deeper than you expect, and it will unsettle something inside you before it settles everything. But first, I need you to hear something that nobody has told you. Something that will begin to unlock the rest of what I have to say. You have been carrying a belief that is slowly destroying you, and you do not even realize it. You believe that if you were on the right path, you would feel certainty. You believe that clarity is the proof of my presence. And so, when the clarity disappears, you assume I have disappeared too. You look at your confusion and you call it abandonment. You look at your doubt and you call it disobedience. You look at the fog around your life and you say, God must have moved on without me. But my beloved, what if I told you that the fog is not a wall? What if the fog is a doorway? What if the very thing you are trying to escape is the very thing I am using to reshape you? You are not standing in nowhere. You are standing in between. And in between always feels like lost. Every single time. Not sometimes. Every time. Think about the last time your life made complete sense. Think about the season when you knew who you were, what you wanted, where you were going. You had language for your identity. You had energy for your goals. You had confidence in your direction. And then think about what happened. Something shifted. Maybe it was sudden. A loss, a failure, a closed door you did not expect, a relationship that ended, a career that collapsed, a faith that was shaken. Or maybe it was slow. So slow you barely noticed it at first. A quiet fading, a growing restlessness, a creeping sense that the life you built no longer holds the person you have become. Like wearing shoes 2 sizes too small. You can still walk, but every step hurts. And now, here you are. The old season ended, but no new season announced itself. Nobody handed you a map. Nobody gave you a timeline. Nobody told you how long this in-between would last. You are just here, waiting, wondering, searching for a signal that does not seem to come, watching other people move forward while you stand still, watching other people find their thing while you cannot even name what you are looking for. My child, I know you have been praying for direction. I know you have been asking me, sometimes with words, sometimes with tears, sometimes with nothing but a heavy sigh at 2 a.m. God, what do you want me to do? And I have heard every single one of those prayers, every whispered question, every desperate cry, every silent scream that never left your throat. I have heard them all. But here is what most people misunderstand about this season. And if you miss this, you will miss everything. If you have been feeling lost lately, if those words describe exactly where you are right now, I want you to write in the comments, I'm still searching. Write it as a declaration, not of defeat, but of honesty. Because the first step out of confusion is admitting where you are without shame. And I honor that honesty more than you know. More than 1,000 perfectly worded prayers. I honor the raw, unedited truth of your heart. Now listen carefully, because what I am about to tell you will reframe everything. You think you are lost because you do not know where you are going, but that is not the real reason. The real reason you feel lost is because the person who knew where they were going no longer exists. You have changed, and when you change, the old map stops working. The directions that once guided you no longer apply. The landmarks you used to recognize have been rearranged. And so, you stand in a familiar world that suddenly feels foreign. Not because the world changed, because you did. And this terrifies you, because you do not know how to be this new person yet. You do not have language for who you are becoming. You only have language for who you were. So you keep trying to navigate with an old map, wondering why nothing lines up, wondering why every road feels wrong, wondering why the destinations that once excited you now leave you empty. But beloved, you are not lost. You are leaving one season before the next season has become visible. And that space between seasons, that gap, that fog, that uncertainty, that is where you are right now. It is real, it is disorienting, and it is exactly where you are supposed to be. But do not take my word for it yet. Let me show you something that will make this undeniable. There is something deeper happening here, something most people miss entirely because they are too busy trying to escape this season to understand its purpose. They're so desperate to get out that they never ask what they are supposed to get from it. You have been looking at this season as the problem. But what if this season is the process? What if the discomfort you feel is not a sign that something is wrong, but a sign that something is finally, irreversibly working? You see, you have been praying for growth. You have been asking me for more purpose, more clarity, more meaning, more depth. And I heard you. I answered you. But my answer did not look like you expected. You expected a clear path to appear overnight. I gave you a wilderness to walk through. You expected a door to swing wide open. I closed the ones you were clinging to. You expected to feel powerful. I let you feel weak. And you looked at all of that and said, God has abandoned me. But my child, I have not abandoned you. I am rebuilding you. And rebuilding always begins with dismantling. Always, without exception. Think of what happens when a house is being renovated. For a season, it does not look like a home. The walls are open. The floors are torn up. The furniture is removed. Dust covers everything. If you walked in during the middle of the renovation, you would say, "This place is destroyed." But the architect would say, "This place is becoming something it could never have been before." You are in the renovation, and I am the architect. And I need you to trust me in the demolition before you can see the design. But here is where everything begins to shift. Because I did not bring you to this season without a precedent. I did not ask you to walk through something no one has ever walked through before. This path has been walked, and the one who walked it will show you that everything you are experiencing has purpose. Let me take you back, thousands of years back, to a man who stood exactly where you are standing right now, who felt exactly what you are feeling, who carried the same questions, the same confusion, the same silence. His name was Abraham, and his story will change the way you see your own. Abraham had a life, a full, established life. He had a home in Haran. He had a family. He had routines and rhythms and a place in the world. He knew who he was. He knew where he belonged. He had built something stable, something recognizable, something that made sense. And then I spoke to him, and what I said dismantled everything. I said, "Leave your country, your people, and your father's household, and go to the land I will show you." Hear that again carefully. I did not say, "Go to this specific city at these specific coordinates." I did not give him an address. I did not hand him a map with a destination circled in red. I did not explain the route or the timeline or the obstacles he would face. I said, "Go, and I will show you when you get there." Do you understand what that means? Do you understand the weight of that kind of instruction? Abraham had to leave everything familiar, everything stable, everything that made sense, everything that gave him identity, and walk towards something he could not see, could not describe, could not prove to anyone around him. He had direction, yes, but he had no details. He had a promise, but he had no proof. He had my voice, but he had no visibility. And still he went. Now, hear me clearly. I am not telling you this story so you will admire Abraham from a distance. I am telling you this story so you will recognize yourself in him. Because right now, you are Abraham. You have been pulled away from something familiar. The old life, the old identity, the old sense of certainty. It has been disrupted. And you are standing at the edge of a journey you did not fully choose, looking into a future you cannot see, wondering if you heard me correctly, wondering if this is really you, wondering if the disruption is divine or just bad luck. And the question burning inside you is the same question Abraham carried every single step of his journey. Am I going the right way? Is this really you, God? Or am I just wandering? My beloved, yes, you are going the right way. But the right way does not always feel right. Sometimes the right way feels terrifying. Sometimes it feels lonely. Sometimes it feels like silence when all you want is a shout. Sometimes the right way looks like everything falling apart, while you wonder why you ever listened in the first place. And what Abraham discovered changes everything about how you should see your current confusion. Abraham did not receive clarity on the first day, or the first week, or the first month, or the first year. He walked for years with nothing but a promise and a direction. No confirmation, no applause, no visible progress. No one patting him on the back saying, "You are doing great." Just one step, then another, through land he did not recognize, among people he did not know, toward a destination he could not describe to anyone who asked. And during that journey, do you know what kept him moving? It was not certainty. It was not understanding. It was not a feeling of confidence or spiritual euphoria. It was trust. Plain, raw, uncomfortable trust. Trust that the one who called him forward knew the way, even when he did not. Trust that the voice was real, even when the evidence was invisible. And that is where you are right now. You are in the walking. You are in the middle miles. The place where the starting line is far behind you and the finish line is nowhere in sight. And every fiber of your being wants to stop and turn back to something familiar. But you cannot. Because even though you cannot see what is ahead, you can feel in your deepest knowing that what is behind no longer belongs to you. You have outgrown it. And there is no returning to something you have outgrown. If this message feels personal to you, if you feel like these words are being spoken directly into your exact situation tonight, write in the comments, "He sees me," because I do. I see exactly where you are. I see the exact shape of your confusion, and I am not watching from a distance. I am walking beside you, step by step. Now let me show you what was happening underneath Abraham's journey. The part of the story nobody preaches about, the hidden layer. While Abraham was walking and wondering and questioning and struggling and feeling lost in land he did not choose, I was working. Every step he took that felt pointless, I was using to position him. Every night he slept under unfamiliar stars, confused and alone, I was expanding his capacity to receive what was coming. Every moment of doubt he endured, I was deepening his trust in ways comfort never could. The journey was not the delay before the promise. The journey was the preparation for the promise. Abraham needed to be changed by the walk before he could carry the blessing at the destination. Because the man who left Haran was not ready for what I had prepared. He needed the wilderness. He needed the confusion. He needed the uncomfortable, unexplainable, faith-stretching journey to become the person who could hold what I was about to give him. And this is the revelation that will change everything for you. You think the confusion is the obstacle, but the confusion is the curriculum. You think the wilderness is the punishment, but the wilderness is the classroom. You think you are wasting time, but you are being trained, being prepared, being deepened for something your current self cannot yet comprehend. Something so large that it would crush the old version of you. And that is exactly why the old version had to go. The reason I have not shown you the full picture is not because I am withholding from you. It is not because I am punishing you. It is not because I forgot about you. It is because the full picture would overwhelm the person you are today. You are being shaped, day by day, confusion by confusion, tear by tear, into someone who can hold what I am about to give you. And that shaping requires seasons that do not make sense. It requires confusion. It requires surrender. It requires walking when every part of you wants to sit down and quit. Beloved, you are not lost. You are being led. But I am leading you through territory that has no familiar markers. And so your mind interprets it as lost. Your emotions confirm it as lost. Everything in your experience screams lost. But your spirit, that quiet, still, unshakable place deep inside you, your spirit knows better. Your spirit has been whispering to you in the quietest moments. You have felt it. A strange, inexplicable peace that does not match your circumstances. A small, stubborn hope that refuses to die, no matter how confused you feel. A knowing that you cannot explain and cannot shake. That is not wishful thinking. That is me, inside you, holding the compass you cannot see, guiding you when your mind says there is no guide. Now I want to ask you something. What season are you in right now? Do not overthink it. Do not write a paragraph. Just one word. Write it in the comments. Waiting, searching, healing, becoming, surrendering. Whatever word rises first in your heart, that is your word. Write it down. Own it. Because naming your season is the first step toward understanding it. And understanding it is the first step toward walking through it with power instead of fear. Now let me show you how to move through this. Because knowing you are not lost is one thing. But learning to walk forward when you cannot see the path, that is another thing entirely. And I will not leave you with revelation alone. I will give you something you can carry into tomorrow morning. The first thing you must stop doing is measuring your progress by other people's timelines. I know you see them. The friend who got the promotion, the classmate who started the business, the cousin who got married at 26, the person online who seems to have purpose and passion and a clear calling at an age where you are still asking basic questions about your own life. And you look at their journey, and then you look at yours and you whisper, "What is wrong with me?" Nothing. Nothing is wrong with you. Their path is not your path. Their timing is not your timing. Their season is not your season. I did not design your life to look like anyone else's life. I designed it to look like yours. And yours requires a different process, a deeper one, a longer one, a more thorough one. Not because you are slow, not because you are behind, but because what I am preparing you for requires a different kind of foundation. A foundation that cannot be rushed. A foundation that is built in the very confusion you are trying to escape. Stop comparing your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 12. You do not know what they walked through in their chapters 1 and 2. You do not know the price they paid, the things they lost, the private struggles they carry behind the curated image. And they do not know what I am building in you right now, in the hidden chapters that no one can see but me. Your story is being written in a different ink. And when it is finally read, it will carry a weight and a beauty that rushed stories cannot hold. The second thing you must understand is that confusion is not the absence of my guidance. It is the presence of transformation. When a caterpillar enters the cocoon, it does not slowly grow wings while keeping its caterpillar body intact. It dissolves. Its entire structure breaks down into an unrecognizable substance. It becomes nothing recognizable before it is reformed into something that can fly. If you could ask the caterpillar what it feels like inside the cocoon, it would say, "I am being destroyed." But the truth is, it is being created. For the first time, you are in the cocoon, and I know it feels like destruction. I know it feels like everything you were is falling apart. But it is not falling apart. It is being reassembled. You are being remade from the inside out. And the disorientation you feel is not a sign that something has gone wrong. It is a sign that something is profoundly, irreversibly going right. Stay with me, because there is one more thing you need to hear. And it may be the most important thing I will say to you today. You have been waiting for me to speak. You have been begging for a sign, a word, a confirmation, anything that proves you are not alone in this dark season. And you have interpreted my silence as absence. But my child, I have not been silent. You have been listening for the wrong frequency. You have been waiting for a thunderclap. I have been speaking in a whisper. You have been looking for a miracle that shakes the ground. I have been working in the quiet mundane. You have been expecting a sudden, dramatic revelation that changes everything in an instant. I have been unfolding a gradual transformation that changes everything permanently. Every time you felt that unexplained peace in the middle of your chaos, that was me. Every time you found yourself still standing after something that should have shattered you, that was me. Every time a stranger said exactly what you needed to hear, at exactly the right moment, in exactly the right way, that was me. Every time you opened this app, and this message was waiting for you, that was me. I have been speaking, constantly, consistently, relentlessly. You just did not recognize my voice because it did not come in the package you expected. So here's what I want you to do. Starting today, starting right now, starting this very moment, stop trying to figure out the entire journey. You do not need to see the whole staircase. You just need to see the next step. And the next step is always the same. Trust me, not with your understanding, with your feet. Take the step in front of you, the small one, the ordinary one, the one that does not feel spiritual or significant or worthy of a testimony. Take it, because I promise you, that step is connected to 1,000 other steps you cannot see. And together, woven by my hand, they form a path that leads exactly where I promised you it would. Stop punishing yourself for not having clarity. Clarity is not your job. Faithfulness is. And faithfulness in the dark. Obedience when you cannot see. Trust when you have nothing but my word and your willingness. That is the kind of faith that moves heaven. That is the kind of trust that unlocks everything I have been storing for you. Everything I have been building behind the scenes while you thought nothing was happening. And stop calling this season wasted time. Nothing in my economy is wasted. Not a single tear you have cried. Not a single restless night you have endured. Not a single unanswered question that has haunted you. I am composting every confusion into wisdom. I am converting every doubt into depth. I am turning every breakdown into a breakthrough that you will one day look back on and say with tears in your eyes and worship on your lips. So that is what you were doing. That is what the confusion was for. That is why the old map stopped working. Because that is exactly what Abraham discovered. At the end of his journey, when he finally stood in the land of promise, when he held the son he had been promised decades earlier, When he looked back over the years of wandering and waiting and wondering and doubting and pressing forward anyway, he did not say, "That was wasted time." He said, "That was preparation." Every step made sense in reverse. Every detour turned out to be a divine rerouting. Every moment of confusion turned out to be a moment of construction. Every night under unfamiliar stars turned out to be a night under my watchful gaze. And my beloved child, your story will end the same way. Not with confusion, with clarity. Not with wandering, with arrival. Not with questions. With answers so complete, so overwhelming, so perfectly timed that they will make every painful, confusing, disorienting season worth it. Worth every tear, worth every question, worth every night you wondered if I was still there. If you believe that, if something deep in your spirit just stirred at those words, if something inside you shifted even slightly, write in the comments, "I will keep walking." Say it as a covenant between you and me. Not a feeling, not a wish, a decision. A sacred, stubborn decision to trust the one who sees the full map, even when all you can see is the fog around your next step. I want to leave you with this. You came to this message feeling lost, and I understand why. The ground beneath you has been shifting. The future is unclear. The past no longer fits. Your identity feels unfamiliar, and you have been carrying a heaviness that you could not name, could not explain, could not shake, no matter how hard you tried. But now you can name it. It is called transition. And transition always feels like loss before it feels like gain. It always feels like confusion before it becomes clarity. It always feels like an ending before it reveals itself as a beginning. It always feels like death before it proves itself to be resurrection. You are not lost, you are between. And I am the God of the between. I am the God who walks with you in the space where nothing makes sense yet. I am the God who does not require you to understand before you obey. I am the God who already knows where you are going, who already prepared the place, who already wrote the chapter you have not reached yet. So tonight, when you lay your head down and the questions come, let them come. Do not fight them. Do not fear them. But alongside the questions, let this truth settle into your bones. Deeper than the doubt, deeper than the confusion, deeper than the fear. You are seen, you are known, you are held, and you are exactly where you need to be. Not because everything is perfect, but because the one who is perfecting you is present, and he does not lose his children. Not in the wilderness, not in the waiting, not in the wondering, not in the wandering. He holds them. He guides them. He carries them when their legs are too tired to take another step. And I am carrying you right now, even now, especially now. You may not feel it yet, but you will. One day, perhaps sooner than you think, you will look back on this exact moment, this exact season, this exact night when you found this message, and you will understand with complete, breathtaking clarity. You were never lost. You were being found. Found in a deeper way than you have ever experienced before. Found not by a map, but by the one who made the territory. Found not by certainty, but by a love so relentless, so patient, so precise, that it does not need certainty to keep moving toward you. So take a breath, a real one, a deep one. Release the pressure to have it all figured out by tomorrow. Release the shame of not knowing. Release the fear that you have fallen behind an invisible schedule. And walk with me. One step, then another, then another. The path is real. The promise is real. The destination is real. and the one who leads you through the fog is the same one who hung the stars that shine above it. You are not lost, my child. You are becoming.